Holy cow, the Cubs are now empirically the second best baseball team in Chicago.
Yeah, we yelling at the screen every Sunday night. Talk slick, throw the remote, we just want it right. Front office tripping, man, they can't get it right. Whole city heated, but we still gon' fight. We talking Bulls trade, biz drafts, missed calls, club slump, soft rebuild. We seen it all. Yeah, we loud, yeah, we gritty. I'm a little frustrated, but I still love my city. Yeah, north side, south side, west, we united.
Welcome back to Holy Cow, the Chicago Cubs show here at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel. Cubs lose the weekend series to the Ops to the south, the East St. Louis Cardinals. The Cubs are now 32-28 on the season. And if you look in the National League Central, it's not looking too good, but it's also not too ugly either. The Brewers, the Beer Boys of Milwaukee, they're sitting at 4.5 games over number 2 team, St. Louis, and they're 5 games up on the Cubs. And amazingly, the White Sox are a half game better than the Cubs right now, too. So we flip the calendar to June. We are realistically fighting to grab a number 6 seed in the wild card rather than competing for the division crown. Those last couple of sentences I just said made me throw up in my mouth a little bit and would usually maybe have a summer crash out that I haven't had since 2006. But I'm going to zig a little bit real quick. Yes, the Cubs haven't won a series since that red series from May 4th to May 7th, but they've played better baseball over the last 6 games. And, I mean, if you want to do a glass half full, they're 3-2 in the last 5, winning records. We're going to be positive right now. If you check this out, the Cubs are hitting 220 with runners in scoring position over those last 5 games. And it would be higher if Dansby Swanson wasn't always weirdly in the batter's box with multiple runners on base. I don't know why that's always happening that way, but it is. If Craig can somehow decide to pinch hit him when there's guys on base, that batting average will be a lot higher. I promise you this. But I know 220 isn't the highest batting average in the world, but when you juxtapose that against what the Cubs have been coming from, like the second game of that Ranger series, all up into the second game of this past Pirate series, they were hitting 124, 15 hits in 121 opportunities. Add that in with Ben Brown looking great. Add that in with Ian Happ and PCA getting into an offensive groove. There are reasons to be optimistic. The schedule looks great in June. There's a lot of great holidays in June. The weather's going to be a lot better in June. I'm not seeding the division yet, but there's a lot of reasons to feel good about what's coming up down the pipeline. Let's go, Cubs. Let's start with Friday night. Game 1. The Cubs dropped a game that anybody could have won, 6-5. The game was, like I said, the game was up in the air for anyone to just take it, and the Cubs left money on the church's floor. They jumped out to a quick 3-0 lead in the first inning, courtesy of big bat Ian Happ. He had a 3-run home run, but the reason the Cubs lost this game, it falls squarely on the starting pitching. Shada Imanaga, he is in a rut right now. More on that later. He immediately gave up a walk, then he hit a batter, then he surrendered a game-tying 3-run home run of his own to former Cub Nelson Velasquez. And then Imanaga surrendered 2 more home runs on this night, completely failing to protect his lead. The Cubs actually out-hit the Cardinals 11-9, but couldn't capitalize late against the St. Louis bullpen, while our bullpen, Phil Maton, hung a slider and gave up a deciding run in relief. Maton, get him off the squad. He needs to get off the team immediately. Let's move on to Saturday, the first of 2 nationally broadcast games. The Cubs bounced back for a dominant 6-1 victory. The reason they won? Ben Brown. Can't say he's not the ace of this team right now. That's a crazy thing to say considering everything we've seen from Ben Brown the last 2 seasons. But Ben been cold. Ben been cold out there, and he shut down the Cardinals over 7 innings. He allowed just 1 earned run on 3 hits and struck out 6. Offensively, Pete Crow Armstrong was the man of Saturday. After hearing them Tarpoff boys yelling his name out and calling him overrated, what did he do? He dropped off 115 mph, 445-foot home run right into their laps. Quiet the crowd immediately. That's what stars do. PCA is a star. Even though he's not playing like it right now, but he's a star. And every time you call him out, he got something for you. And it might be a home run, or he might just say SMFD. Not to be outdone, he ended the game flashing that gold glove that he's known to do. Diving catch to seal the game. Let's go to game 3. Sunday Night Baseball. Everybody got to watch the Cubs drop the rubber match 5-1. Why did they lose? 2 reasons. Jordan Wicks with another nasty performance out there, and the Cubs, their devil, runners in score position, reared its ugly head again. Wicks took the mound and got ambushed again immediately. Gave up 3 straight singles in the first inning to put the Cubs in an early hole. He was pulled in the 3rd inning, allowing the Cardinals to build a 5-run cushion. On the offensive side, the Cubs went 0 for 7 with runners in score position and stranded multiple guys in high leverage spots. Outside of that solo home run from Alex Bregman, there was nothing to write home about offensively for this team. So the Cubs dropped the first series that they got to see against the Cardinals this season, 2-1. Best players from this series are not as plentiful out as I would like, but I'm going to tell you exactly who's killing it right now. PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, was a dog. On Saturday, he had 4 hits in his 5 at-bats. He scored twice. He drove in 2 runs. If you look back at Pete Crow Armstrong's last 7 games, he's got 8 hits while showing dramatically improved play discipline. He's drawing more walks, and he's swinging with exceptional power. Things you like to see. You want to see him bust out of this because the last damn near year now, they've been clocking him, and we need to see him. We need to see the real PCA show up. This PCA, the PCA that it ended last season and started this season, that ain't the real one. I know it ain't. I know it ain't. The one that started last season is the real PCA. We need to bring that one back, and it looked like he's on the track. But when it comes to who had the big hits this series, Ian Happ takes the crown. He's been a one-man wrecking crew lately. That 3-run home run on Friday is just the latest example of that. If we isolate Happ's last 5 games, video game numbers. He's got 9 hits in his 24 at-bats. He's got 3 home runs. He drove in 10 guys. Right now, he's using his pull-side power and is being successful with it. Now for those uglies. The worst player in this series, it's got to be, who can you say other than Sade Minaga? He's completely lost all deception on his pitches. His split finger fastball, he's leaving that high. Hitters are easily recognizing it and putting it in the stands. If you look at Schroeder's last 4 starts, the regression is eye-popping. 4 starts ago in Atlanta, he was actually decent, even though he picked up the loss. But if you come to his last 3 starts, it's been a disaster. 15 and 2/3 innings, giving up 21 hits and 20 runs, 8 home runs, and he has an 11.49 ERA. That is atrocious. And if you juxtapose that against Mizorowski, who has, in the month of May, he had a 0.23 ERA. I hate the Brewers. On the offensive side, who had the worst series? Dansby Swanson. Swanson's struggles have become something like an anchor on his squad. Coming into Sunday, he was hitting 143 since early May. Game 3 of this series, he had 2 men on and 1 out in a crucial spot. I believe it was the 7th inning. He struck out. He struck out with a pitch right down the middle. This was really bad because of that count started 3-0. And then they fought back to strike him out. That second strike wasn't really a strike. It was actually a ball. He should have been on first, but the Cubs didn't even have any more challenges. So, I mean, what can you do with that? The next pitch, he struck out. He is getting paid superstar money, but right now his production is AA at best. His lack of production is hurting the teams because 1, he's an automatic out, and 2, he keeps weirdly being up when it's multiple guys on base, and we need those runs. I don't know why that's it, but something's got to give. Either we got to start pitch hitting him when they're in those situations, or he's going to start taking more days off. Looking ahead, what's next for the Cubs? The Cubs have a day off today, June 1st, But and that's much needed because this team definitely needs a recharge. But starting Tuesday, they return to Wrigley Field and they have a 3-game homestand against the Oakland/Sacramento Athletics. The Cubs absolutely got to win that series. They haven't won a series since since the homestand prior to the last homestand. This one has to be a winning homestand for the Cubs. They host the A's, and after that, they host the Giants. The Giants are one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball this year. You have to, I don't even want to say put broom to them, but you got to be emphatic with these W's. Following the homestand, the Cubs pack their bags going to West Coast, see the same exact two teams, Rockies and the Giants. So it's an opportunity for the Cubs to stack up. In these 15 games, the Cubs need to win at least 9. They should actually get 10 of them, but you cannot come out of this point of your season not being 9 and at least 9 and 6. Matthew Boyd is trending ahead of schedule and his recovery from his meniscus surgery. So that's some good news for that team as well. Boyd has made a rehab start for AAA Iowa on Sunday. He threw 63 pitches over 4 innings. He allowed 2 runs and 4 hits during that span. So the reports indicate that he came out of it with 0 physical setbacks because as you know, the day after is the most important indication of where you are in your rehab. Not what you was able to do while he's on the mound, but you got to make sure that you're not feeling any pain or anything the next day. So all reports are saying we're all good to go there. While also Edwin Cabrera his IL stint should be winding down as well, so the Cubs can get some reinforcements in the starting pitching department soon. Given how badly guys Wicks and Managa has looked lately, we need Boyd back like a little kid needs a fruit roll up right after school. Let's keep the faith and let's fly the W. Appreciate you tapping into this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Don't matter if you was watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify or Apple. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with everybody on the block, and hit the notification bell so you never miss none of our daily drops. And to all the guys from the Shy, we say 3 things. Bear down, fly the W, and sell the team, Jerry.